YouTube, what is up? It's AD with US Squads. Hope you guys are having a kick-ass day. Today we are talking Vortex scopes. We are going to talk about the Vortex 4.5 by 27 Gen 2 Razor HD scope. Now this is their flagship model. HD glass, super multi-coated, 34mm tube, first focal plane, L-Tec turrets, locking turrets, illuminated, super awesome scope. Okay, MSRP on this bad boy is in the tune of about $3,000. There are many ways to get the scope for about $2,200 to $2,300 depending on where you shop. Now, like all Vortex scopes, this comes with their lifetime no BS warranty, and from everybody I know that they stand behind their product. Even their low-end scopes come with that super warranty. So basically another added feature for this particular optic. Now, I've had this scope for 6 months and about 500 rounds downrange. I've shot it in low light, hot weather, cool weather, shot it at precision rifle matches, bench rest, not bench rest matches, but you know, at the range, on the bench, prone, at the range, and then of course in all sorts of dusty and windy environments. So this scope has seen some different environmentals and it's performed perfectly every time. There has been zero problems with this scope whatsoever. Now, with that, I actually have this scope sold. So new owners coming up to pick this up, and they'll have a new Vortex scope here in about 72 hours. So, what did I like about it? What didn't I like about it? Because everybody has an opinion. Now, little background, not claiming to be a professional long-range shooter, but I hold my own. I do alright. I can engage targets out to 1,200 yards confidently with my 6.5 by 47 Lapua rifle. With a good optic on there, I usually can mill it and figure it out real quick. So, pros. Great glass, good value. Built like a tank, and lifetime no bullshit warranty from Vortex. It's hard to beat that. Price point for a first focal plane scope with these features, $2,300, $2,200. Really good value. It really is, guys. You know, Schmidt and Bender's 4,000, beta, tangent, beta, theta. You know, you can really get up there in price on scopes, and you know the similar featured Night Force F1 Attacker is about $2,800, so about $500 more minimally than this particular scope. So good value, guys. Really good value. 34mm tube, so you have a lot of internal adjustments. So if you're doing extreme long range shooting, this is pretty much one of the optics to consider. If you want to get out to a mile with a 20 ammo A rail with the right bullet, right gun, you can do it. It's been done. I've seen it. So that's what is nice about this scope. Now, what are the cons? Because the scope isn't perfectly matched for me, and let's talk about that. What I didn't like about this scope, I did not like the zero stop mechanism. So I don't like the L-Tec turrets and the zero stop. These L-Tec turrets, if you don't know, they basically, as you can see, this is raised. When it goes into the down position, it locks the turrets and you can't move it. So the concept behind that, I guess, is once you dial your dope and you don't want to mess around with it, you lock them down and you can't make a mistake of having these dials change on you. The challenge is at a match, having those locked can really bum your stage up if you're not paying attention. It's just another thing to worry about. I've never had my turrets move more than a few clicks off, and when I carry and change stages, I go to 0 anyway, just to reset everything. So the L-Tec turrets aren't beneficial to me, my shooting style. They might benefit somebody else. Like, the example would be, if you went hunting and your middle range was, let's say, you know, your 400 yard zero was 3.2 mils, and then you were doing holdovers and hold unders for the hunt, lock your turrets down to 3.2 mils, and that's your basically your 400 yard zero. Hold under, holdovers for the rest of the ranges on the hunt, whatever. That would be a benefit of that. But for me, not really. Okay. I didn't love the zero stop feature. To zero stop this, you basically take off this top or side cap with your penny. You take the Allen key that's provided and you undo these keys. You loosen them up, and then this dial will free spin. Now the dial doesn't click, it just free spins, which I don't love. If this dial here clicked, there was actually positive click, so when you made your adjustments to zero the scope or to get your zero, that would be a little bit better. But since it free spins, I kind of had problems getting it zeroed. That's just me, okay? It's not hard, but I just didn't like it. Just a personal preference. I thought they could have done it differently, but that's just it. Alright, from there, that's it, guys. Oh, the number one reason I'm selling the scope, and it's just the weight. Okay, this sucker comes in at 3 pounds. 3 pounds is heavy. It is what it is. So that is probably the number one reason I'm selling the scope. The replacement that I've actually shot is the F1 Night Force, and has very similar features, and I'll do a comparison video, guys. It has very nice glass, okay, but it's 10 ounces lighter. And you might say, well, 10 ounces isn't much. It actually is. 2 pound scope, 2 pound few ounces, versus a 3 pound scope on your rifle that's already fairly heavy. You know, that's 10 pounds right there. Big, beefy stainless steel barrel, brake, Manners T6 stock, and a bipod. It gets heavy real quick. So that 10 ounces for my matches, for my hunts, all that crap, it made a difference. So that is pretty much the number one reason I'm not keeping the scope. For those who don't care about weight, this is probably a great fit. I mean, there's the features, the pros definitely outweigh the cons for me. This is a great scope, guys, without a doubt. And you know, just like the Chevy Ford battle of old days, there's a huge Vortex Night Force battle. I don't really particularly give a shit. If it works and if it's a good value, I'm gonna keep it. And trust me, if this thing was 8 to 10 ounces lighter, I probably would keep this and not spend the extra money on the Night Force. That's just probably what I would do. But those who are looking at the scope, don't be discouraged. It's a great optic. It's a great value. First focal plane, awesome magnification range, really clean glass, illumination works awesome. The reticle's crisp, clear, and then as far as it working and tracking, I had zero problems. I didn't do a tracking test on it, but in these matches, you know, I have to engage still from 100 yards to 1,000 yards fairly quickly. And as long as my dope was on and I didn't goof up, it seemed to be, you know, when I'd hold over or do whatever, everything seemed to work perfectly fine. I was the result of bad shooting, not the rifle or not the scope. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this helped. Any questions, comments, let me know. Shoot me a message below. And if you guys want to know what this little black piece is, this is their power throw lever that I added on. It's about 60 bucks. And instead of changing the magnification ring on this, I added this little throw lever, and it definitely helped out for speed zooming for my matches. So that is an extra part that doesn't come with the scope. And one last note, if you are thinking of buying this type of optic, and this is kind of a first time, consider the tube diameter. It's 34 millimeters. So though I've known a few buddies that have bought this without thinking about that, thinking that their 30 millimeter scope rings will work. Be careful, measure to make sure this bell clears your end of your rifle, and at the same time make sure that you have a 34mm scope base or rings handy, so when you order this bad boy, you can actually mount this onto your rifle and not get like totally blue balled by not having the right scope rings to mount this. So it's a two-part thing. Make sure you buy the right scope rings, make sure you buy the right height, measure it with calipers, figure it all out, get it ordered, you'll be happy. Happier. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Be good, shoot straight, have fun, and we'll catch you guys in a bit.